It's the 6th of August 2012. This is Capital FM Online TV News. In the headlines, Tribunal rules Baraza assaulted guard is unfit for judiciary. State to procure biometric voter kits ahead of 2013 polls. Diplomat at Venezuela embassy charged with murdering ambassador. And David Rudisha easily qualifies in his 800 meters heat. Good evening, I'm Victoria Rubadiri. The tribunal investigating Deputy Chief Justice Nancy Baraza has recommended her removal from office for gross misconduct following allegations that she pulled a gun on a guard at a Nairobi shopping center. Agostino Ramadhani, Tanzania's former Chief Justice, reading the verdict of the tribunal set up by President Kibaki, said they were satisfied by the allegations had been proved. Baraza was suspended in January after the incident with a security guard at the high-end Village Market shopping mall on New Year's Eve when she reportedly refused to be searched. Security guard Rebecca Kerubo claimed Baraza pinched her nose and then pointed a gun at her. Baraza has said she regretted the incident but robustly denies pointing a firearm at the guard. The tribunal said Baraza's testimony has discrepancies while Kerubo was consistent. Baraza was appointed last year under a new constitution, part of a wide-ranging reform to make Kenyan leaders more accountable after the 2008 post-election violence. Speaking after the verdict, Kerubo urged the Director of Public Prosecutions, Keriako Tobiko, to open criminal charges against Baraza for physical assault and issuing threats. Kerubo said through her lawyer Irungu Kangata that justice must not only be done, but it must also be seen to be done. Meanwhile, Baraza now has 10 days from Monday within which to appeal the decision of the tribunal. However, if 10 days lapse and Baraza does not file an appeal, President Mwai Kibaki must act on the tribunal's verdict and fire her.
That the conduct of the DCJ on 31st December 2011 at the Village Market, Nairobi, amounted to both gross misconduct and misbehavior. We therefore recommend to Your Excellency Mwai Kibaki, Commander of the Order of the Golden Heart, Member of Parliament, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Kenya, that Lady Justice Nancy Makoha Baraza, the Deputy Chief Justice and the Vice President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, be removed from office.
The government has now agreed to procure biometric voter registration kits in a government-to-government arrangement in time for next year's general elections. This was agreed after a 3-hour meeting at Harambee House, chaired by President Mwai Kibaki and attended by Prime Minister Raila Odinga, as well as top officials of the Electoral Commission. The government also agreed to initiate amendments to the Elections Act to reduce the period for closure of the register from 90 days to 45 days. IEBC, in a statement, said the government had agreed to procure the BVR kits, although it was not clear which government will be approached. Last week, Justice Minister Eugene Wamalwa suggested that IEBC consider hiring the kits from Ghana. IEBC had cancelled the BVR tender and intended to use the optical mark reader, which was utilized in the 2010 referendum. The polls body is targeting to register 18 million voters. The first secretary at the Venezuelan embassy in Nairobi, Dwight Sagare, has denied murdering his country's ambassador to Kenya, Olga Fonseca. Sagare, who appeared before Justice Florence Muchemi at the Milimani High Court, pleaded not guilty to the charge of murdering the envoy on the night of July 26th at her residence in Runda. Sagare is facing charges alongside Muhammad Ahmed, who is being sought by the police. Sagare will in the meantime be remanded at the Gigiri police station as his lawyers prepare to file an application to have him freed on bail. And finally, title favorite David Rudisha has easily sailed through his Olympic 800-meter qualifying heat. The Daegu champion showed his class in front of another packed morning session at the Olympic Stadium in East London. Rudisha avoided any trouble around his 2 laps by leading from gun to tape, barely breaking a sweat as he won his heat in 1 minute 45.90 seconds ahead of Qatar's Sudan-born Musaib Bala. He says teammate Ezekiel Kemboy's victory in the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase on Sunday was a good omen. The world record holder will be joined in Tuesday's semi-finals, with the final scheduled for Thursday by Ethiopian Tyro Mohamed Aman and Sudan's world silver medalist Abubakar Kaki. The search for the second gold will be in the hands of Milka Chemos and Mercy Njoroge in the women's 3,000-meter steeplechase beginning at 11:05 p.m. Monday night. And that does it for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us. I'm Victoria Rubadiri.